Hello there, and welcome back to a new type of video, the command video. Today, we will be overviewing how to create your very own grappling hook like bow in Survival Minecraft 1.16.5. Let's get straight into it. First of all, you want to go onto mcstacker.net and then go to /give, scroll down, change the item filter to a bow, say here, go to the name tag, change the name to something like grappling hook, color, whatever, bold and italic. You can change the lore if you want, that appears underneath the title in your inventory. Change it to unbreakable. If you want it to be shiny, put glint only on it, and infinity. Then go to hide flags, enchantments and unbreakable. And then we need to go to custom tags, this bit's important. Call it grapple. You can spell grapple. Colon 1b. That colon 1b is very important. Now you press copy in the top right corner and go back to the world. Now that we're back in the world, we need to get on a command block. You get that by doing give at p command block. Then we copy in the command. Now press always active. Now we have a shiny grappling hook. So now, the next thing we need to do is we need to do /scoreboard, objectives, add, let's call this use bow. We have to do minecraft.used colon minecraft.bow. So now, whenever we use a bow, so shoot an arrow, use bow goes up by 1. As you see, it's 3, now it's 4. Just resetting it. So now, we go into another command block. We need to set this one to repeat, and then always active. Execute as at a scores use bow. So for the scores you need to do use bow curly bracket equals 1 dot dot colon and close brackets. So now if you type run say hi, for example, whenever score bow is more than 1 for a player, it'll say hi. See? Now it'll be constantly saying hi because use bow is constantly 1. So now what we need to do is we get chain additional always active global players set at a use bow to 0. So now it'll say hi once whenever I use a bow. That's the simple part. Let's move on to the next bit. For this next part, we're going to be getting rid of that block, and now we're going to add a bit of command so it only works if we're holding this specific bow. I'm going to go comma mbt equals curly brackets selected item, capital letters on both of those words, colon curly brackets ID colon speech marks Minecraft colon bow speech marks comma tag colon grapple 1b. This is what we put in the tag section on the MC stacker. Curly brackets, curly brackets, curly brackets. So now if we go back to saying one say hi, if we shoot a normal bow now, if we put that back actually. If we use a normal bow, it doesn't say hi. But if we use this bow, it says hi. See? Hi. No hi. So now, if we do at S, this means at the person who's shooting the bow. 1 tag at E type equals arrow limit 1 sort nearest distance ... 3 add, let's call it G arrow, Garrow. So now, whenever we shoot an arrow with this bow, the closest arrow to us will have that Garrow tag added to it. So what we want to do now is we want to copy this command and we want to stick it into another command block, because we're going to be changing this in a second. Now in this one, we're going to be getting rid of the thing we just wrote, and we're going to tag at S with grapple. So now, the person who fires the bow will get a tag called grapple, as you see in the track there. So you get rid of that. So now, we want to change this to, we get rid of everything before the at A, tag equals grapple. So we do that, and now we do execute as at A, tag grapple, run TP at S. Then we want to type limit, run TP at S, at E, type equals arrow, limit equals 1, tag equals Garrow. Those brackets. So basically, what's this doing? Whenever someone has a tag called grapple, it runs, teleport that player to the tag of Garrow. So at this moment, we need to see that that didn't work there, because we need this to be always active. But before we do that, we need to change this to chain conditional always active, and put scoreboard players set at A use bow to 0. Stop every single arrow in the world instantly being thing. So if we set all of these to always active, and fire an arrow again, you can now see we're moving to where the arrow is. So what we want to do now is get rid of this massive things in chat here. We do game rule, command block output to false. So now if we clear the chat, do it again, we're not going on the arrow, as you can see. Now, if you put infinity on the bow, we're going to have to do a separate thing. But at this point in time, as you can see, it's working quite well. We need to get rid of the tag of grapple. So we put this here, conditional, and we do tag at A, tag equals grapple, remove grapple. So now, whenever this command fires, what we need to do now, we want this command block to fire like 20 seconds, or like, we're adding a cooldown to it. So as you can see at the moment, that doesn't work, but it could. So we need to add a cooldown to this command after this one fires. So we copy this out, we just put it there for a second, and we do step block. Let's do it here. Set block there, redstone block. So now what we want is we want to do block actually. Please excuse this redstone. I'm not a redstone person. Let me go like 4 more ticks out. And then just for the moment, let's do set that block back to air. Keep that on repeat. So now, when we fire an arrow, you'll see that clock start and then it go away. That's exactly what we want. And now we make this one face upwards. With these chain command blocks, make sure the arrows are facing into the chain command blocks like this. Otherwise they will not function. Now we take this chain command block we put over here by crouching then middle clicking on it, facing it upwards, putting conditional, and now we fire the bow. And it works, and then when the cooldown's done, we fire it again, and it works. So now, as you can see, it makes us face a certain direction, and that's what happens if you don't do the cooldown in time. See how I fired it again, and the cooldown didn't work? So now, as you can see, it's messing up quite a lot. This is because what's happening is it's rotating us in the direction of where the arrow is. So in the teleport command, which is here, we want to do, before the run, rotate it as AS. This means that you will constantly be facing in the direction of the arrow. I keep forgetting to wait for the cooldown to be up. You can change the length of the cooldown. So I'm going to make it a bit shorter. So if we look now, the cooldown's up now. The only problem with this cooldown going up, the longer the cooldown, the longer it is before the grapple doesn't work. So as soon as this repeater fires here, you'll stop grappling. Which is why I'm going much less distance now. You see this glitch here? There's not actually working. To do, you want to go into here and go kill. Be careful with this command. Tag equals Garrow. So after you fire the arrow, it will kill it once the timer's up. Should fix things, as you can see. That's most of the things done now. However, let's say you're in survival mode, and you just grappled yourself up. It's going to be painful, as you can see. And also it can cause some lag. What it wants to do now is we want to go back into creative, and we want to do execute as at a tag equals grapple, run effect give at s slow falling for 1 second with a level of 2 with hide particles on. So now, if we go back into survival, we get slow falling for a second, which is enough. We go back into creative, and we change it to about 10-15 seconds, or the amount of time these repeaters will fire for. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make it 17. So this should just be about enough. This should be more than enough slow falling time. However, as you see, it's not giving us the slow falling effect. It's still part of the process, as this is a good way to show you how you troubleshoot. So you go through the command that's working, you see that you don't need redstone, you check all the different things. The command seems fine, so you check these. Repeat, unconditional, there we go, needs redstone, needs to be always active. So now, as you see on the left hand of my screen there, slow falling 3 for 10 seconds, which should be about the perfect time for it to work. Yeah, it's a cool little effect if it lasts for a bit longer. So, in about 7 command blocks, you now have your very own grappling hook, which moves your head upwards slowly as a little extra function. That was the video. Hope you enjoy it. Please comment if you like this command stuff. And, as always, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. One thing I forgot to mention after ending that video, I realised that you might want to have play sound and particle effects. If you want to have like sound and particle effects to your grappling hook, you want to go after this repeat, put another chain command block, conditional chain always active, and then do execute as a tag equals grapple, run play sound Minecraft. So now run through these and find the one that you like. But personally for this one, I like doing Enderman teleport. And then you need to choose one, so I just choose master. And now, and then we do at s. Then we go back, and we also choose to do at s. Now we move this command block. We swap these two commands around. So by shift clicking, shift middle clicking on both of these commands, then we go and swap them around like this. And then also, this one needs to be at the bottom. So we do that again, shift click, make sure they're the right way around. So now, when you fire the arrow, when you know when it stops teleporting you, because it makes that sound. Which is cool. And now, we do a repeating command block, repeat unconditional always active, execute as a tag equals grapple. Let's do Garrow actually. Run particle Minecraft, and then let's do end rod, and then we do mess around with these tildes here. Tildes are usually found by doing shift on your hashtag button on your keyboard. And it means relative position. So after doing that, mess around with these to change the particle levels. So as you can see now, it's playing a little more. Yeah, if I fire it weakly, you should be able to see it better. On the thing, you see a couple of end one particles. So mess around with this command block, changing the particle thing here, and these things to get more powerful particles and different effects. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little extra bit. Bye.